Welcome back into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. We are still dealing with the fallout of the Cowboys' ugly Thursday Night Football loss against the Lions. Quite frankly, we're going to go negative on today's show. There is a lot of things that I want to complain about, vent about, save space to chime in as well. Of note, I don't think we're going to get a push notification on today's show because of the timing of our other videos, our live shows as well. So help us out by sharing today's video on social media. Free, simple, and easy to do. Let's dive into some of the bad news here. 6 things I want to mention. And the first is the big picture takeaway. This defense is bad. And we had some hope because they looked good against the Eagles outside of the first couple drives. They did a good job against the Raiders. They did just enough against the Chiefs. The Lions had their way with the Dallas Cowboys defense. It was not a challenge at all. 44 points, 408 total yards. The Lions averaged 7.2 yards per play. The Cowboys defense is the single biggest issue right now that this team faces. It's not like it's the only issue that the Cowboys are facing. The special teams returns was a problem as well. They put the Cowboys defense in a bad spot with where they were on the field with all of that stuff. But the defense is terrible. And look, again, the offense wasn't perfect. The offense got at least to be, you score 30 points, you should be winning games in the NFL. On one hand, I have a unit that is constantly flunking. This is the equivalent of your child bringing home their report card, and they have an F in math. They are flunking math right now. They get like a C in English, and they've got a B in science. And you're mad about the science? No, the science is not your issue. It's the math. You're flunking in an area. This is both a personnel problem in terms of the players. There are a lot of mistakes being made. The entire back seven got cooked. We'll discuss Deron Bland and Savone Revel as we get closer to next week's game too. It is also a coaching issue. You have corners that are good in man coverage. Why are you doing so much off? Why are you not doing any press? Why don't you blitz, period? It's just, you don't really stunt as much as you should. You think you can win with 4 every time. This is all the issues we had with Matt Eberflus outside of like 3 games this year, rearing their ugly head against the Detroit Lions. I expect they will give him the rest of the season. I don't know if I want him back. I kind of don't want him back. What do you think? Do you want to fire Matt Eberflus? Why for yes and for no? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Second bit of bad news. Kenneth Murray is bad at football. He has been the exact same player he has been over the course of his entire NFL career. His instincts are non-existent. Trying to take on blocks, he runs away from the play and almost lets the blockers seal him off. I cannot stand watching 59 play football anymore. Look, the Cowboys might not be a playoff team when it's all said and done. You know, even if you win 6 games at the stretch, hey, good year. Can you help my mental health a little bit and stop playing Kenneth Murray? He has no business being out there right now. I don't understand. This is a big issue for Matt Eberflus. Why do you keep playing Kenneth Murray? Why is he out there? He doesn't make good plays. He constantly takes himself out of gaps. He's never in the right spot in coverage. His instincts are non-existent. Make Logan Wilson the starting middle linebacker. I don't know if Wilson's a great impact player anymore. I don't care. Let Overshown have green dot responsibilities. Get Kenneth Murray off of my screen. I can't take it anymore. I'm going insane. He is a bad football player and consistently is hurting his supporting cast and his team. Your spine of your defense has huge issues. Your linebacker play is a massive factor there. Today's show is made possible by Turtle Beach. For those of you that did not notice, it is a different headset. It is my personal Turtle Beach headset. A gift from my wife. She knows nothing about gaming. Shocker, right? But even she knows that Turtle Beach makes the best in gaming headsets and accessories. So whether it's for the gamer in your life or maybe you want to relive some of those holiday gaming marathons, Turtle Beach is the cheat code for the best gift of the year. They've also got the Stealth 700 headset. It's an insane 80-hour battery life with quick charge, so you rarely have to think about charging it. It's the first ever cross-play dual wireless transmitter system, so you can switch between your console and your PC with just a click of a button. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. For a limited time, head to turtlebeach.com/chat and use code chat for 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off your entire order at turtlebeach.com/chat with code chat. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. But don't delay. Get the perfect gift now. Happy holidays from Turtle Beach. All right, bad news number 3, and this one, again, kind of duh. You need another edge rusher. And I don't even know if Clowney alone is enough to kind of solidify that. Feel like Ezeraku has slowed down a little bit. Team's paying a little bit more attention to him, by the way, I think is worth mentioning. Quinton got some pressures. Osa got a couple pressures. Wasn't out there as much as I would have liked him to be, frankly, but they were trying to keep guys fresh, whatever. James Houston had the great sack, had a bad penalty. Sam Williams makes a great special teams play, doesn't do anything noteworthy on defense. Kenny Clark did not have a very good day, by the way. APB out for Dante Fowler. Where's he been? He just is not doing anything right now. Solomon Thomas hasn't done much as a pass rusher this year either. Great stat from Bobby Belt. The Cowboys pressured Jared Goff 4 times on his first 6 dropbacks in the game. They brought pressure and blitzed 3 times. After that, they got 4 pressures in total, over 29 dropbacks, and then they blitzed 5 times on those 29 dropbacks. Why would you go away from the thing that's working? I think that's a Jahmyr Gibbs testament, too, because he was really good as a pass catcher. But, like, what? You can't win with 4 consistently with this team. Like, adjust Eberflus. Again, comes back to point 1. So what is your confidence level in this Cowboys defense? Scale it for me from 1 to 10 in the comments section of today's show. Now, one more so than the other, but the entire offensive line had a rough time keeping Dak Prescott upright and not under pressure. The tackles struggled in this game, and that was a really bad performance out of Nathan Thomas. He had a bad game. In total, 8 pressures. 8 pressures in this game allowed, I should say, by Nathan Thomas, whether it was Al-Quadin Muhammad, Aiden Hutchinson, whoever it was. Thomas was getting smoked in the passing game. And those pressures allowed, that is worse than any Tyler Guyton game that Guyton has ever had. That performance from Nathan Thomas was one of the worst left tackle performances we've seen out of a Dallas Cowboy since Chaz Green. It was legitimately that bad. You missed Guyton. Some of you don't want to admit it, but you missed him in this game. So pick a left tackle going forward. I think it's pretty clearly Guyton. TG for Tyler Guyton, NT for Nathan Thomas. Terence Steele might have done an okay job as a run blocker, although he didn't run the ball that great anyway. But the sacks, the hits, the hurries allowed again were not particularly impressive out of Terence Steele. If he were cheap, it'd be fine, but he's not cheap, and that's an issue the Cowboys are facing. Paid guys not performing how they should, which brings us to number 5. That is KaVontae Turpin. What are we doing out here? Not even just on offense, like whatever. He had a nice catch. He jumped for one, didn't jump for another. He is not the same player that he was last season on returns. And in all kinds of different ways, the vision is just non-existent. How many times does it feel like KaVontae Turpin jogs out there on the kick return, and just runs into traffic? There's not any vision. There's not explosiveness. He's just kind of being almost too patient out there. And not only that, stop calling fair catch and then try to run it, dude. In the last 12 days, KaVontae Turpin has been flagged twice for that invalid fair catch signal. You can't put your hand up and call fair catch. In the 2,265 days before that, and for those of you who are not good at math like your boy, in over 6 years, the entire NFL was flagged 1 time for an invalid fair catch signal. What are we doing? How do you do that? Stop calling for the fair catch. And then if you do, don't move. This is like grade school stuff, man. The numbers are way down. 10.4 punt return average in 2024, down to 6.9. Not actually all that nice. Kick return average down from 33.5. This is all Turpin numbers, by the way. It's 25.8. We're leaving like 10 yards per return, punt and kick combined out there. That's massive. That's bad. Look, coming soon, we'll have a breakdown of you kind of got a big problem with a lot of the guys, not all of them, but a lot of them, guys you have paid just not helping you at the level that they need to be helping you. The secondary in general certainly fits that mold, but that's coming here, so make sure you guys are subscribed. Look, finally, this again is kind of like, well, duh, Tom. What a wasted 4th-round pick Jonathan Mingo was. I am ready to write him off and hope that he doesn't write me back. In 17 career games with the Dallas Cowboys, he has 17 targets. He has caught 5 passes, 46 yards. 2 of them have gone for first downs, and he has a drop. He finally gets in the game. He gets a chance to show what he's able to do against the Lions because CeeDee Lamb is hurt. He was activated this week after they kind of snapped with Jalen Tolbert. I think the Cowboys wanted to see what he could do. He gets a target, and what does he do? He drops it. Why? He doesn't do anything. He's out there doing cardio every time he plays. He is a massive liability, and that was a wasted 4th-round pick. And it should be Flanoy and Lamb and Pickens. And honestly, I'm prepared to move off of him this offseason and just say, you know what, we messed up. Because that was nobody like that trade at the time, and this is exactly why.